So you gotta get your show right before you get your dough right. Wait a second. Money Mash, is that right?
No, man.
How you say it?
That's how most people like to do it. That's how most people do it.
Okay.
But in
Tell me how it goes.
you gotta get your dough right, then you can get your show right. What does that mean exactly, DJ?
Examples of it everywhere out there. Like you said, most people live that way. You gotta get your show right before you get your dough right. The real way of saying it is, you gotta get your dough right before you get your show right.
So today we've got some special guests. We've got
Very special.
Eli Mashni, Money Mash,
Let's do it.
George
Money Mash.
Natour in the house. Today's a special day. They're here. We're going to talk about money, getting your dough right before you get your show right.
Oh, wow.
Getting them in here to talk was a very good thing too. It just happened that energy came in of, he said, Eli comes in and drops a one-liner, drops a nugget just about every time he's in here. Sometimes you miss. Sometimes you miss.
Usually it's in the middle of a conversation we're having with someone. We're on the phone talking to somebody, and it's right in the middle of that.
But it's such a good nugget every single time that he drops
If I
one.
made every shot, there'd be nothing. I can't do that. I gotta miss sometimes.
You don't miss, man. You don't miss.
So how do you fix that? So you're working with a group of people. Some of them are driven. Is it drive that we're talking about? Or what are we talking about?
No, man. Everybody's motivated.
Accountability.
Can this start by, so Eli comes in today with some good energy and George comes in on the phone as well. And Eli's conversation, you could tell he wanted energy back to him too. He wasn't just coming in with good energy. He walked in because he was expecting to have good energy thrown back at him too and get some good laughs, have some good conversation.
Yeah, I brought $5 worth of chicken here, man. I gotta get something.
Yeah, $5 worth of chicken. And then he says, man, how is it that it's 2:30 in the afternoon and everybody's gone?
3:30.
It's sad.
The only people in the
now?
office were the ones, and you've already said the only people who were in the office.
Well, yeah, but here's the bottom line, man. Money doesn't motivate everybody.
No. Mm-mm.
If it did, there would be one path to happiness. And money doesn't really make you happy, but the drive, the motivation, the win. Everybody's win's different.
The win.
That's so sad. Everybody's win's different.
I think it goes. We used to have this trick question on our application when people would apply to be part of the team, and it would say, are you looking to have a flexible schedule or a rigid schedule? Well, it was a trick question.
Yeah.
Because to have a flexible schedule, you have to have a rigid schedule. If you want to do whatever you want, then you got to draw lines in the sand and say, this is a period of time that I'm not going to do this, I'm going to do this. So you got to have a rigid schedule to have a flexible schedule.
It definitely ties into one of those things. Well, we always say, of all the people that we've interviewed, 9 out of 10, more like 99 out of 100, if you ask them the top 3 reasons why they get into real estate specifically, they're going to say the 2 reasons that you guys just brought up last. Money or time. Money or
flexibility.
Time. Freedom, time, however
Not
you want to
having
say
a boss. I don't want to have a boss.
Money, the money freedom or the time freedom, flexibility. And George, you brought up a minute ago accountability. Like when you bring up accountability, where does that take your head to in that situation right there?
I mean, to be honest with you, right now, we're kind of going through like the biggest market change, and we're right there in it, and we don't even notice this. But, you know, a lot of people are saying, oh, well, 60,000 agents dropped out of the industry this year. And, you know, to me, I don't think those people were accountable at all, or didn't have anybody to have them, you know, up to certain standards.
Right.
And you know, the reason why I work so well with you guys and Eli is just because he holds accountability on a different level. And, you know,
it's not on a piece of paper. It's not on a piece of paper. No, it's not on a piece of paper. And it's not like it's an expectation that might not have been verbalized, right? Like it might not have, but then in the moment it's expected.
Yeah.
But
that's how it is.
But that's how it is for me.
That's how it is.
That's how it is for you. That's how it is for people that are driven. But like what George is talking about are all those people that are saying the market's bad right now. Now, if I asked you guys, like, give me on a scale of 1 to 10, like how's the market for you? Like we're not going to get the same reaction as we're going to get out of people that don't have that same drive.
Everybody's motivated by different things.
Agreed.
And everybody's peak performance is different. And some people can't do this job as an independent contractor because they've been led and fed their whole life.
It ties into two things, like the accountability piece that you brought up, because that's really, really good. the accountability piece, there's two levels of it, man. It's like one, of course, you have the personal responsibility. You got to hold yourself accountable. And another is, you always say it, accountability is one of the biggest forms of love.
Highest form of love.
One of the highest forms of love. Because I was on a call this morning with Team Endurance. That's what my shirt actually is. Getting together, riding a bike in the morning at 5:30. And it's a faith and fitness-based group. And one of the things that we talked about this morning was even in marriage. Like, yo, anybody that loves you, if it's your business partner, you think that somebody holding you accountable is them being hard on you and pushing you too hard or doing this or that. No, they're helping you get to what you actually want. They're helping you get to what you said that you wanted to do this. Hey, if I just let you just go off and just go off into the wind every single day and not do anything towards it.
It makes me think about Blair when she tells me what to do and I'm already doing it. That's not accountability.
Yeah, it is. She's holding you accountable.
No, that's not accountability.
She's holding you accountable.
No, when I'm already in the motion. I'm already doing it.
That's reinforcement.
Yeah.
I'm already in motion.
Make sure you get it
That's
done.
not the same.
Hey, man, but the crack and whip sound on the backdrop, that might fuck with you a little bit.
That's not the same. But I do agree. I do totally agree with that. I think that comes in a bunch of different forms.
Comes in a bunch of different
forms.
forms.
For you, it comes in the form like that's how you gotta get shit done, right? Like, you just gotta get done. Like for other people, what about people that are new in the business or people that haven't had success in the business yet? Like, what does accountability look
here's
like?
what I tell new people, because it's really true and it makes them feel better. And if they get it, they get it. If they don't, they don't. I don't care who you are, man. Your business rolls over every 40 days.
Yeah.
So you could be the best agent in June and August, man. You're food stamping it, dude. I mean, it's the way it is. It doesn't matter. Everybody's business starts over in 40 days.
Yeah. You said everybody's 90 days from being broke.
Mm-hmm.
And like just something clicked in my head and that was what snapped me out of it. I was like in one of those like I stay positive like on a whole nother level. Like I very rarely get broken down. Like I have bad days here and there. Like to go into a funk happens maybe once a year, maybe once every year.
And it's usually like October.
It's usually about October. Well, this time Blair was out of town, but yeah. I was like crumbling. And Eli said it to me. He's like, everybody's 90 days from going broke, man. Don't worry about it. I'm like, okay, cool. I feel better. Let's go.
I like that one. Let's go. You're right.
Well, at the time, you were building out this space for us.
Yeah.
Like, we're getting ready to take. What I didn't realize was that I'd actually be paying less in the category of occupancy by taking on a higher rent. I didn't realize that at that moment.
I told you that.
But what I was thinking to myself is I'm taking on higher rent, and I'm coming into one of the worst years of my entire career, and there was other things too. My health,
Yeah, a lot. Yeah,
like
you had some health
life
issues going on at that time.
insurance,
You had
like
health
I
going
had
on
a
at that
whole
time
list
too.
of shit going on.
Yeah.
And it was like that was the catalyst. That was the moment. That was the moment that I switched it all back to good.
They can't eat you.
No.
I mean,
And I'm not giving up.
When I first met
One thing I'm not doing is giving up.
When I first met him, he had no baby. He had a wife out the door. He was living in an apartment that we kind of made it work.
Yeah.
And he bought a truck.
What did he do?
Got
No, brand new Escalade.
Got the show right. Got the show right.
And he goes, screw it. I can wait tables at TGI Fridays and pay for this truck.
The truck was worth more than the place I was renting.
Yeah.
That's the definition of show.
Get the show before you get the dough.
I mean,
Get the
at that
dough
point, I
before you
didn't
get
have a
the
dope
show.
problem.
He didn't have a liability.
I didn't have a dope problem. I didn't have any bills.
Nobody has a show problem until you get bills, man.
Yeah.
If you don't have bills, you can it's all show.
What about accountability coming from bills? That was one of the first sales teams I was on.
Mm-hmm.
Debbie DeRosa, that's what she would say. Like I was selling mortgages. That was her thing. She's like, you want to know a good salesperson? They got a ton of bills. You need to go buy something. You need to go buy something because that'll get you in the office. That'll get you working when you know you have something to pay for. But if you don't have any liabilities, like what? I mean, you're working to save money. What are you doing?
You physically can't save enough money to build financial independence.
Right.
And that's why you have to work hard enough to earn enough money to be able to put it in different investments.
Yeah, because you know what it is you make X hundreds of thousands a year. Let's say 300 is a very easy number. A $300,000 a year commission-driven job. You'll have about $90,000 in tax liabilities.
Right.
well, what you know, as independent contractors, we get paid first, pay the government last.
Yeah.
So when we get a nice, we generally will live within the means of the gross check, not the net check.
Funny the way that you say that too, because my grandma told me that one of my first few years of selling real estate, and I had a pretty good year, and I was talking to her. I had no money left at the end of the year, none. And I was talking to her about, like, Granny, what do I do? Like, this is ridiculous. How did this happen? And she said, because DJ, a lot of people, it's a different way of getting your show right before you get the dough right. She said, honey, everybody's on that same scale. If you make $30,000, you're still spending $40,000 and you're just driving the stuff that's in this category. But if you make $150,000, $200,000, you're still, a lot of people don't shift themselves. They still do the same thing. The product of what they're buying just changes. It goes from a Camry to a.
Everybody's their spending habits are based upon their gross salary.
Yeah.
Not the net.
Yeah.
Okay, so
that's
you got
spending habits.
300,000, you got 90,000
habits,
in taxes. Then what?
Okay, well, then, I mean, somebody that makes $300,000 a year wants to live a lifestyle of probably like $12,000 to $15,000 a month.
Okay.
So you're fucking comfortably broke. At the end of the year, you still went to vacation. You went to Applebee's. You got an X5 that you roll around in, and your wife's got a E350, and your kids are in.
Hold on, who are you talking about right now?
Nobody judges.
He's got someone in mind.
What are you talking about right now? That's the question. I have.
It's just,
it doesn't matter.
You're not driving Camrys.
I'm messing around.
You're driving a nicer car.
You're driving a nicer car. You got to live in a nicer. You're probably living about a $400,000 or $500,000
You're still
house.
spending money on vacation.
You're still spending money on vacation.
You're
going
still,
out to eat.
and by the time it's all done,
you've lived, but there's nothing left.
Because when you're making $300,000 in sales, you feel like you're doing something.
Yeah, but so you just
and you
are spending more.
So for somebody that's actually watching to learn and they want to get something from this, rather than spending it all, what would you? Somebody made, they had a pay increase. What would you suggest, or what would you advise someone to do?
You do 5 simple things.
Okay, let's hear them.
The first thing you do, you take about $300 or $400 a month. You put it into a self-directed IRA.
Okay.
And that money compounds. And then you go buy a life insurance policy.
Okay.
And then once it rolls in, it becomes essentially an annuity. And then you go get an investment property. You keep the one you got as an investment, and you buy another house.
Okay.
You do simple things that you work into your budget that allows you to grow your wealth.
Okay.
You're never gonna save enough money to make one investment on a Tuesday.
Yeah. I don't know how people do that. They must inherit the money or something.
No, man.
I mean, I see that shit happen all the time from people that just getting started. Like, oh yeah, well, I'll buy this house. Here's a check. Right? Like, who saves that money?
Nobody
to do that?
does.
Well, then they inherit it. How do they get the money?
They live below their means, and not many people can do it. It's a discipline. It's a hard discipline to live below your means.
Yeah.
I lived below my means for about 5 or 7 years. It kind of sucks, but it's the only way to build some wealth.
That was something. You called me that day. There was a house.
Dude, he was renting off me. He had a fucking $100,000 car in the driveway, no garage. I saw a house and I looked at it. It was on. I looked at it. I called him. I said, "I'm gonna change your life today, motherfucker. You're gonna buy this house."
No, you said, come meet me at this address. We went and looked at it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was like, "This is how you're gonna buy it. You're gonna buy it with 5%."
I was renting from you.
Yeah, and I said, "Don't worry."
Driving an Escalade.
Yeah, driving an Escalade. No, $1,200 car payment, not $800 rent payment.
Hey, I remember when he was telling me about that Escalade, like how to tell the difference between the platinum and the regular.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Bob was like, "What's the?" Bob was like, "But when Bob got that Escalade, he was like, "What's the most I can fucking spend on this Escalade?" They're like $126,750. They're like, "Build it right."
That thing was plush.
Run it. It was sweet.
That was plush.
It was sweet.
It was plush.
So I said, "Listen here, man. You're gonna buy a house today." And he gave me resistance. I was like, "You sell these things for a living, man."
I cannot give you resistance.
I just dropped it on you so quick.
Like, Eli, I love you, man, and I give you credit for it. Every time it comes up in my Facebook memories,
Not
I'm
resistance.
Like, Eli's the man.
Not
Eli changed my
resistance.
life.
Not resistance. You were
Every
ready.
time. Every
You
year
were
it comes
ready.
up.
And he was like, "Well, maybe." I was like, "This is the perfect house. You can't lose on this house. It's in a great area.
No.
It's a good price. You can't lose on this house." And we structured it. And would you piggy bank that house for how many years? Did you
No,
make
I used my commission. I used 3% commission, and then I only put down. It was a 5% down payment, so I put 2% down. I used 3% commission. I rolled the closing costs into the deal. So So for I put 2% down. I put 2% down on it. 200,000. It was $5,000 I wrote a check.
And then you refinance it twice and you still pulled how much out of it?
I didn't refinance it twice.
I
never refinanced
You
it.
restructured the deal a couple times.
No.
Okay, I don't think you did.
No, I did one time because they had that.
Yeah.
They had that.
Get out of jail card.
Basically. Well, that was because of taxes, because of making too much money and not paying attention to my taxes. That's part of the struggle.
No, man.
Like,
that's
part of the.
That's what real estate's for.
Shush.
So you rolled in 2 or 3 times, whatever. Walked over with like ding, 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 like 100 plus.
Yeah.
Out of a $5,000 investment, man.
Wow.
Imagine if you did that 3 times.
Yeah. We'll touch on that too.
I mean,
man.
he didn't steal the house.
Yeah.
He didn't steal.
It was
the
just
house.
in a good location. It was in a really good location, and that's what you saw. Well, the reason why I did get a really good price on it because it had been on the market for 90 days or something. The market was decent then. It was like 2020 or something.
I don't remember.
20.
You didn't steal it.
I didn't steal it, but I didn't overpay for it either.
Yeah.
And the reason why it was on the market so long is because the photos were horrible. The photos were horrible, you remember?
Yeah.
Because it was pictures, it had vaulted ceilings and the pictures were only eye level. You couldn't tell that it had vaulted ceilings.
Also, short man.
And you saw, I mean, it was just,
Also, it was taken with the phone.
No, short.
Pictures
no,
taken with a
short
phone.
man
yeah,
photos.
buy
Short
one
man
of,
photos.
buy an agent that's pretty popular down here. Still.
Bleep bleep.
Yeah.
Show
I'm
you something
sure.
else.
But he didn't steal it. It was just in an area that saw massive appreciation, and it was good growth, and he rode it like a pony.
I did.
Love that.
I did.
That's how you get ahead.
Yeah, I wouldn't make sure.
That's how you get ahead.
Yeah.
If you live below your means,
That's how you save money.
you save money.
That's how you
but
save money.
That $800 to $1,500 a month is not going to get you anywhere.
No.
You
Yeah.
have to invest that money.
And sometimes it's like getting it out of your possession. Like what you said, I want to summarize that and go back to that. If you said, you putting a certain percentage of it into a Roth IRA or some form of an investment, putting some of it into life insurance, getting it out of your bank account into other
when
secure
you live
locations.
out of a checking account, your money's a fucking airport. It flies in and flies out.
Yeah.
You got to get it on the.
You gotta get it out.
Gotta get it
You gotta get it
somewhere
out.
Yeah,
That's a big one.
It can be incremental. Like I tell people this all the time. I say, man, it really doesn't matter what you make. You're gonna spend whatever you get.
Yeah.
All right.
So you just got to get that $500 a month.
You gotta split it off off the top.
Off the top. It's
A big part of it is the book that we read at one point in time, and it's breaking everything down into percentages. Like break it down into a percentage and put a percent of every single check. And sometimes it sucks, and sometimes it hurts, and sometimes you don't want to do it. You got other places to put it.
I don't even know.
Just get rid of it. Take a percentage of it, whether it's 5, 10, whatever the percentage is, and move it.
I have
Move it
5
to
that
another
comes off
place.
before I even see the money. Like I don't even know the money got taken off.
Oh man, I've used that money at crucial points in my
Right.
life.
Yeah.
One time I needed to come up with a lot of money for a down payment. That $800 a month that I was yanking out of my account, man, it was a nice check.
It added up.
I added up. I pulled it, and I reset it. Now
But what about those times when
Consistently
you had
doing
to
it
turn
every
the
month.
$800 pull off? Turn it off. Did you ever have to turn it
I
off?
never turned it off.
Never
So I'm saying,
turned it off.
even the
yanked it
months that it
twice.
hurt, even
Yeah,
the
yanked
months
it
that it
twice.
hurt.
Oh, you took the money out
I
twice.
took the yanked out. I yanked it.
So you
twice.
left it on. You just took the payment
Yeah.
out.
No, I just took a massive
Yeah.
amount of money out. But
Yeah.
I mean, that's the only way you can stack money.
But it's like even those months when you don't want to do it, those times when you don't want to
Well,
do
man,
it,
that's the
you'll
key.
appreciate it in the long
If you
term
just
rather
make,
than living
make
right
as many
now.
of your bills automatic as possible, and make your life a lot easier because it'll force you to keep yourself accountable.
Yeah. That's good.
I mean, that's the
that.
key. But most real estate agents, man, they don't even own rental property. It's sad.
Some of them don't. Most of them don't own a property. Period.
I'm not dogging anybody.
Yeah.
They don't own a property. Period.
Financial. See, this business is all about growth. Everybody cares how many houses you sold, how many little awards you got, how you show up on the screen every month. That doesn't mean shit. It's what you do with your money. Doesn't matter. But like, I know so many people make a lot of money, man. They don't have no assets. And in this game, it's all about the depreciation of the real estate because you get full write-offs, taking advantage of big vehicles, taking advantage of self-employed, self-directed IRAs. There's a lot of tricks for you not to loosen your tax.
Yeah.
Man, but if you're the guy that just takes that check 6 in the bank and starts writing checks, you're getting hammered at the end of the year.
You'll always be on what we call the hamster wheel. What's called the hamster wheel.
You'll be comfortably broke your whole life.
Comfortably broke.
Comfortably broke.
I'm not comfortable when I'm broke. I've spent a lot of time in that. I've spent a lot of time there, and it's not comfortable.
No, comfortably broke means is you don't really worry about.
No, right. I understand what you're saying. I'm never comfortably broke.
He said if that word is included, I'm not
Not that. I'm not. Like I've been broke a lot. I've spent a lot of time broke.
Bob takes being
Never
broke.
been comfortable.
Bob takes being broke better than anybody I know.
Oh, jeez.
Now, since he got this kid though, it changed him.
Yeah.
He thinks about that kid. He thinks about little Bobby. Man, but we didn't even think about nobody. Even when it was just him and Blair, he's like, man, she can go wait tables. I can go be the line cook. We'll be all right.
We'll be all right.
But now it's a different game. He wants better for his kid.
It's big.
That takes me to the Deion Sanders video. You guys paid attention to that Deion Sanders, Coach Prime?
Yeah.
In Colorado and all that? Well, there was this thing on, it was just a clip I found on YouTube or whatever. And when he walked into they got a little background on there and they're talking about all this stuff that he's done at the college down in Georgia or whatever. Was it in Georgia or Alabama? Florida, okay.
Jackson State. So he did a lot of good things there. His son's the quarterback, whatever.
Well, he gets his job at Colorado, walks into the locker room for the first time, and tells the kids about the portal where they log in transfer. He said, you can go ahead, go over, put your name into the portal. Otherwise, I'm going to get rid of you. That's my job. And then they asked him about it. They asked him about it. So the interviewer said, well, this is what you said to these kids. And he said, yeah. He says, all the coaches got fired. Well, the coaches hired these kids.
50 transferred.
And 50 of them transferred out just off that one conversation. So he's like, well, what if they came back to you and said, if they left on my words, if my words saying you should go over there and transfer got them to leave, they weren't made for this team anyway. Mm-hmm. But it was just really interesting. Like, it just made my head think, it's like, I've got to get rid of these people so I can bring winners in. It's just been spinning in my head all day. It's like, can someone that's not a winner today become a winner? I mean, we're making general statements.
Everybody's definition of being a winner is different.
Okay, if this was a football team,
can I show up to practice and do exactly what the fuck you tell me? Does that make me a winner?
Yeah, it makes me think.
No.
It makes me think about like two things. One is like how important the people that you surround yourself with are. And again, on The Last Dance with Michael Jordan, he said that too. All of my players, like every teammate that I had, they can call me and talk smack about me and say whatever they want to say about me, but I pushed them to win. My job was not for them to always like me. It's the moment where he had to get up and walk away because he started crying. He's like, they were appreciative and they're glad of the results of me pushing them every single day. And helping them become winners. So can some, like, you got to, again, take that personal responsibility.
I can show up to practice. I can do exactly what you said. That doesn't make me a winner.
That's very true.
That makes me a fucking order taker.
That's very true.
A winner is a guy that wants the fucking ball.
I saw it. Something said.
I mean, that's why there's no such thing as, like, the perfect real estate agent. Like, everybody has different personalities, different customer, different styles.
Watching this seminar, or I don't know what you call it, mastermind that was been going on for the past 2 days with the top teams in the country. And I'm like watching these teams and watching these people and listening to these people talk and listening to how these people are interacting. And man, there are winners in real estate. There are. It's just we don't have many of them in our environment. Like Central Kentucky, there aren't many winners like there are like in other markets. Was that our fault?
No, it's our population. It's our average sales price, which determines that.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean, we got a $300,000 average sales price, or $350 or whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, you go to freaking Cali or New York, man, it's like
800,
900, and people are selling thousands of homes.
Yeah.
I mean, we got a small pond here, man.
Yeah.
This is a town, man. I'm blessed. This is a great place to raise a family. Great place to make your dollars go further here. If I was in a major market, I'd make a lot of money, but I won't own any assets. Winners win in every environment.
Winners win in every environment. You do whatever it takes.
Yeah.
A winner will do whatever it takes.
Whatever it takes.
A winner will do whatever it takes. Man, great conversation.
Man, this was so impromptu. It was great.
Sometimes the best conversations just come up out of the blue. If we had a plan this, we'd have still been in here playing.
What are we going to talk about next time?
I'm going to let you come in. We're just going to wait until you come in with a lot of energy one day, and we're just going to say, Eli, you want to step in the green room?
This is my 3:30 pop-off.
Okay, 3:30.
Bye.
3:30 pop-off.
Let's go.
All right, thanks, guys.
Top of the world.
Top of the world.
Thanks.
I hope you got something from this. You know, if you remember nothing else, get your dough right before you get your show right.